Men, let's face it, life after 50 is a whole new chapter in the book of life. But have you ever stopped to think about what you're experiencing on a daily basis? Maybe you've noticed a frustrating decline in the strength you once had. You're concerned about your overall health and fitness, which has now prompted thoughts about the potential impact on your daily activities, independence, and long-term well-being. Those morning aches and pains that seem to linger like an uninvited guest, projecting the sobering thought that you're not as robust as you used to be. Or maybe your favorite jeans aren't as friendly as they once were. You wake up feeling tired, low on energy, and lacking that zest. And as for your confidence, it might not be where it used to be. Anxiety has crept in more often than you care to admit. If you've experienced a decline in physical strength, it can significantly affect your self-esteem, especially if you've linked notions of manliness or self-worth to your level of physical prowess. It can make you feel as if you've lost your edge and your sense of purpose. And when that happens, it becomes harder to ask for help. Men who have experienced a decline in physical strength and well-being are 4 times more likely to fall into deep depression compared to women, and less than 3% of men ask for help. That's because we've been conditioned to handle this alone for fear of appearing weak. We pretend we don't care or we have our shit together. That is until the doctor tells us that we have to change while writing out yet another prescription. If that sounds like you, trust me, you're not alone in this. Many men over 50 face these challenges, and it's more than just a passing phase. But here's the good news. These are problems with solutions. Yes, you heard me right. You don't have to settle for a life of discomfort and self-doubt. There are ways to banish those aches and pains, regain your strength, vitality, boost your confidence, and reclaim your enthusiasm for life. And that's by building a little muscle after 50. I can almost hear the disbelieving chuckle. You thought muscle was a young man's sport, save for the vain, self-obsessed guy doing his press-ups on the beach. But did you know that beyond 50, muscle becomes the organ of longevity, a formidable shield against the progression of time's impact? It's the antidote to the morning aches and pains. It's the battering ram against unwanted weight gain, the silent guardian that defies time and stands sentinel against the onset of age-related afflictions. Now, let's be clear. I'm not talking about King Kong-sized muscles. I'm talking about the muscle after 50 your doctor should be telling you about. It's the muscle that could prolong your life and give you a better quality of life as you age. You'll be surprised how little it takes to move the needle in the right direction. It's time to rewrite the rulebook and break free from the chains of age-related decline. You can build muscle after 50. You can lose fat and defy aging, avoid chronic illness, sculpt your dream body, and redefine what's possible. Take Anthony. He had all the typical signs, including the strength decrease, joint issues, and physical limitations, the weight gain, low energy, and diminished drive. But he plucked up the courage to take action and rewrite his own future. My client not only shed an astonishing 100 pounds of fat, but he also sculpted a jaw-dropping 10 pounds of lean, powerful muscle, all thanks to the transformative strategies I'm about to unveil. Imagine waking up with vitality, looking in the mirror and liking what you see, feeling confident in your own skin, and embracing each day with strength and enthusiasm. Keep watching, because these daily struggles are not your fate. They are challenges waiting to be overcome. What you're about to watch is far from your average Keep Fit webinar for middle-aged men. In fact, it's a ticket to a future unburdened by the weight of age. A future where you don't just survive, but you thrive. This Muscle After 50 webinar is your gateway to a stronger, fitter, and overall empowering chapter of your life. What I'm sharing with you today is not just a statement, it's a promise backed by science, dedication, and real results. For years, society has been misleading us and trying to convince us that after 50, our bodies are destined for the rubbish heap, and there's nothing we can do about it. They would have us believe that the days of men fighting fit, standing proud, and having a powerful sculpted physique are long gone once we hit the half-century milestone. There is one industry in particular that would love us to do nothing but recite ourselves to every age-related chronic disease under the sun, and that's Big Pharma. Yes, Big Pharma isn't exactly cheering men on to build muscle after 50 because they thrive on men being sick, not healthy and strong. They know that building muscle after 50 means longevity, boundless energy, serious fat loss, and fewer health issues. But that's not exactly their profit model, is it? They want you to rely on medications, not your own strength. By keeping you unaware of the benefits, they'll ensure a steady flow of customers. But knowledge is power, so get ready for this game-changing, jam-packed, high-value webinar designed to revolutionize your approach to health and longevity. But before we delve into the how, let me share my personal story. My name is Simon Henry, and I'm 53 years young. I've been involved in the fitness industry for over 40 years. It started in my bedroom at the age of 12 after flicking through a magazine that had a picture of Sylvester Stallone on the front cover. At that time, I didn't have a weight set, so I had to get creative and use a broom handle as my barbell, shopping bags filled with cans as my weights, and my mum's ironing board propped up against my bed as my incline bench. It progressed from there to my very first gym membership at the age of 16. And from there, I entered numerous bodybuilding competitions. It wasn't until I was in my mid-20s did I understand the real impact I had on coaching others to become better versions of themselves. My real test came when I was involved in a serious car accident in 2006. It was touch and go whether I'd be able to keep my right arm or lose it for good. But the man upstairs gave me a second chance to impact the world. 3 operations later, and too many setbacks to count, I made it back to the gym floor. The turning point came when my granddad died in his early 50s from an illness that could have been avoided if only he had the knowledge and know-how to sidestep the poor doctor's advice. I never made a connection between my grandfather's death and building muscle after 50 until I turned 50 myself. Once I made the adjustment from training for looks and enjoyment, I not only realized that muscle after 50 was the base for longevity and good health, I also understood that my future durability would come from 4 moral principles. Number 1, nutrition, the fuel for vibrant living. Number 2, gut health, digestive harmony for wellness. Number 3, sleep, restorative night and energized day. Number 4, hormone balance, harmony in body's chemistry. The moment I focused on these 4 supporting pillars, I was able to thrive. No longer was I feeling the debilitating arthritic pain and nerve damage from my car accident and the general wear and tear of life. Thanks to my nutrition, I was feeling as if I had traveled back in time and my body clock had been reset to how I felt in my most vibrant days. My high blood pressure was replaced by steady, stable readings within the healthy range. I was no longer lying awake at night, tossing and turning and getting up feeling unrested. Now I'm sleeping deep enough to take advantage of the most restorative parts of slumber. I'm waking up energized and ready to take on the day. The days of feeling as if my food I had ingested was doing a sit-down protest in my stomach had vanished. Now my digestive system is moving and grooving like a well-oiled machine. And while I never needed hormone replacement therapy, I'm back to waking up with a tent pole in the bed. Enough said. I'm back to my most savage best inside the gym, more focused and ever more determined. My new training mantra of less is more has helped me to flourish both mentally and physically. And while others my age are nursing injuries and taking time off the gym, I'm going from strength to strength. These are the very same 4 philosophies I share with all of my clients to restore strength and to rebuild a fortress-like body to help them withstand whatever life throws their way. For many of the men I work with, muscle after 50 means different things. For one man, it could mean reliving his youth by bringing back a form of his old self. For another, it could be about fixing his weight gain, low energy, diminished drive, ill-fitting clothes, waning confidence, and those nagging aches and pains. To another, it means building a little strength and muscle to remain independent and stave off type 2 diabetes and other age-related diseases. The one thing all of these guys have in common is that they are intent on living the second half of their lives by saying goodbye to those old daily struggles and hello to a fit, fabulous life after 50. Who is this webinar for? If you're a guy over 50 and you've noticed that you're not feeling as strong as you once did, or you've put on an extra few pounds and you want to do something about it, this webinar is for you. If you're tired of those morning aches and pains and you've encountered that unsettling feeling of losing the strength you once took for granted, or you had that alarming moment when the mirror no longer reflects your youthful, muscular strength you once had, and you're ready to shift from merely experiencing those problems to recognizing them as something that can be solved, this Muscle After 50 webinar is for you. In this dynamic session, we're taking a unique approach to Muscle After 50. Rather than just talking about what you should do inside the gym, we're going a little deeper into areas that are fundamentally important, but often overlooked. We'll start right at the beginning with understanding the age-related changes in muscle, strength, and flexibility, and why muscle after 50 is the best thing you can do for your health. You'll discover how Muscle After 50 helped Tom beat insulin resistance, lose 80 pounds, and dodge type 2 diabetes, and how fixing another client's gut health was his secret weapon for building muscle after 50. And because we're not stopping there, we'll talk about why Muscle After 50 becomes even more critical for fat loss. Yes, even if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, it's a game changer, and we're unveiling it all. We'll also return to Anthony's story and how he lost 100 pounds of fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle. I'm spinning the beans on the 4 easy steps my client took to achieve this incredible feat. It's a roadmap you don't want to miss. But wait, there's more. I'll give you a sneak peek into the My Muscle After 50 cheat code and the secret sauce my clients swear by. You'll be surprised how little time it takes in the gym. By the time you finish watching this, you'll get the feeling that now you're in the know, you couldn't possibly and logically return back to your old ways of thinking because your solutions is right here. Let's start at the very beginning. Understanding age-related changes in muscle. It's true, many of us men over 50 face a daily battle, feeling weaker, dealing with weight issues, and watching our youthful vigor fade away. As we age, our bodies undergo a series of transformations, and one area that often commands our attention is our musculature. First and foremost, let's address the inevitable truth. Aging brings about a decline in muscle mass, strength, and flexibility. It's a reality many of us face, but it's crucial to understand the reasons behind these changes. Our journey begins at the cellular level. As the years progress, there's a natural reduction in the number of muscle fibers. Additionally, the density of our bones tends to decrease, affecting the supporting structure of our muscles. These changes collectively contribute to the decline in muscle mass. Now, what about strength? In the battle against the relentless march of time, we often find ourselves entangled in the clutches of an unrelenting adversary, sarcopenia, a condition characterized by loss of skeletal muscle mass and reduced muscle function. It's the silent thief for strength that lurks in the shadows of aging and something that can lead to a whole host of age-related illnesses such as diabetes and heart disease, not to mention fragile bones and the body being prone to fractures. A lack of muscle isn't just a weakness, it's a direct ticket to spending your silver fox years riddled with deadly health issues. Flexibility too can take a hit as we age. The connective tissues surrounding our muscles, tendons, and ligaments become less elastic, leading to stiffness. Joints may lose some of their lubricating fluid, further restricting our range of motions. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, there's no time to despair. The solution lies not in desperate attempts, or worse still, by not doing anything, but in a well-crafted, intelligent strategy you'll find right here. Now you understand the age-related changes in muscle, let's focus for a few minutes on why muscle after 50 is vitally important to your health. This information is so powerful, Big Pharma would love to take this webinar down. So do the opposite and share this with your family and friends. Optimal muscle health is crucial for a longer, healthier life. Individuals with superior muscle mass exhibit higher resilience against various diseases. Enhanced strength and muscle mass not only contribute to overall metabolic well-being, but also enhances mobility, creating a robust foundation for overall health. Skeletal muscle houses essential amino acids, serving as a vital survival mechanism in the face of injuries or certain illnesses, including some cancers. Preserving muscle mass is paramount for longevity. The reality is that aging is inevitable and nobody gets out of old age alive. But when we as men recognize that life is precious and short, we can become very much in the moment. When we learn how to live well, we'll learn how to die better. Another reason why staying strong is crucial as the candles pile up on your birthday cake is because skeletal muscles, those unsung heroes inside you, aren't just for lifting weights. They're your secret weapon against conditions such as insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a condition where cells in the body become less responsive to insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar. The resistance disrupts normal glucose absorption, leading to elevated blood sugar levels, and it is a precursor to type 2 diabetes and other health issues. In the intrinsic system of our body's metabolism, muscle plays a pivotal role in glucose management. As the primary glucose disposal organ, muscles efficiently regulate blood sugar levels. When we consume carbohydrates, they break down into glucose, the primary cellular fuel. Insulin produced by the pancreas directs glucose into the cell for energy. Muscles, however, stand out due to their remarkable capacity to store glucose as glycogen. During physical activities, especially in activities like resistance training and aerobic exercises, muscles actively consume glucose. This dual role of storing and utilizing glucose makes muscles highly effective in managing blood sugar levels. In addition to insulin-mediated glucose uptake, muscles' contractions during exercise stimulate glucose uptake independently of insulin. This not only addresses immediate energy needs, but also improves insulin sensitivity, a crucial factor in preventing and managing conditions such as diabetes. Essentially, muscles act as a dynamic glucose reservoir, playing a critical role in efficient glucose metabolism. Regular exercise is not only beneficial for physical fitness, but also essential in optimizing glucose regulation, contributing to overall health and supporting the intrinsic balance of metabolic processes. Muscle after 50 can literally kick insulin resistance to the curb by helping your body dispose of glucose like a boss. Translation, say goodbye to those blood sugar roller coasters. When I met Tom, he had the inability to lose fat due to insulin resistance. He'd been ignoring his low testosterone and giving in to his sugar cravings and constant hunger. In the past, he had been hesitant to commit to his Fit After 50 journey due to a busy work schedule, thinking it will be too time-consuming. Once he realized he wouldn't be locked into the gym all day and all night every day, but in fact would only need 2 of my workouts per week with some extra steps thrown in, he felt much better. Skeptical about the credibility and expertise behind my course, I could tell his next question was one he really wanted to ask. Here it came. What is your success rate? Realizing it to be a fair question, I replied, my success rate is 100% if you show up. It's that simple. I could tell that he felt my reply was a little tongue-in-cheek, but that was the reality. I went on to explain, I have no vested interest in bringing clients into my world who are not going to succeed. It is the one thing, if anything, I try to repel people. I went on to tell him, it wasn't about my success rate, it's about you, the prospect. What is your success rate on winning? Because winners always find a way to win. Within the hour, we were working together. This is what we did. The first thing I did was to persuade him to deal with his hormone imbalance by consulting with a health professional who had the expertise in hormone health. They assessed his hormone levels through blood tests and provided tailored recommendations. Within a few weeks, we could see the change in his energy levels and motivation. Next, I assessed his diet and included a variety of nutrient-dense food, such as fruit, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, while avoiding the excessive consumption of processed foods, sugars, and refined carbohydrates. This made him more insulin sensitive. Next, I got him to engage in my Muscle After 50 workouts, which helped him to regulate insulin, cortisol, and other hormones, promoting overall hormone balance. We'll touch on the magic of my workouts a little later. We prioritize quality sleep using my sleep tight tips because his inadequate sleep disrupted hormone balance, particularly affecting his cortisol, growth hormone, and insulin. Within 30 days, Tom went from tossing and turning to establishing a consistent sleep schedule. Because of his highly stressed job, I got him to practice stress-reducing techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, to promote relaxation. We sure didn't let his insulin resistance dictate the outcome, and as a result, Tom lost a whopping 80 pounds while building a little muscle. If Tom could reverse his insulin resistance and turn his life around, so can you. You just have to say to yourself that quitting is never an option, and roll with a coach that understands what you should be focused on. A little later, I'll share some more life-changing benefits, why Muscle After 50 becomes even more critical for fat loss, and I'll also spill the beans on the 4 easy steps my client took to lose and achieve an 100-pound weight loss and 10-pound muscle gain. But first, let's talk about the power of your gut feelings and its profound impact on muscle after the fabulous 50 milestone. I met a guy in his 50s, grossly underweight. He wanted to build a little muscle and strength because he was scared that his weakness would lead to health issues. Plus, he wanted to look a little bit better when he looked at himself in the mirror. After a brief conversation, I noticed this guy had all the classic signs of poor gut health and a rowdy bunch of problems no one wants around, like bloating, gas, irregular bowel habits, and a slow digestion. At first, he couldn't even see the relevance of focusing on gut health if the primary goal was to engage in weightlifting and developing muscle mass. If you're wondering the same thing, well, my friend, the gut is not just a silent spectator in the grand theatre of health, it's the backstage manager calling the shots and orchestrating the entire show. Gut health, it's the overlooked secret weapon for Muscle After 50. It controls various functions, such as the movement of food through the digestive system, the secretion of digestive enzymes, and the regulation of blood flow to the digestive organs. Picture this. Your gut is like the control center for a myriad of bodily functions, including the synthesis of those biceps you've been sculpting in the gym. The secret sauce? Gut health. When your gut is in tip-top shape, it becomes a powerhouse for nutrient absorption, ensuring that every protein-packed meal you devour contributes to those gains. But now let's stop at the superficial benefits. The gut is the unsung hero of overall well-being, influencing not only muscle growth, but also brain health and longevity. It's the ultimate triple threat. My client's diet was largely made up of convenience foods, which contains lectins. These little troublemakers are like the unruly gatecrashers at a party of good digestion. Lectins found in certain foods can wreak havoc on your gut lining, causing inflammation and compromising its ability to absorb nutrients effectively. Think of it as a bad review for your body's Yelp page. And here's the kicker. Poor gut health isn't just about missing out on those gains, it's a silent saboteur that can impact fat loss, leaving you scratching your head despite all the hours you're spending on the treadmill. The gut plays a pivotal role in metabolizing fats, and an imbalanced gut flora can throw a wrench in your fat-burning machinery. Gut health might not be the sexiest thing on the planet, and it might not be the first thought on your mind when it comes to feeling stronger and building muscle after 50. But without it, the show doesn't go on. The gut isn't just a digestive organ, it's the conductor of your body's masterpiece. Nourish it well, and it will harmonize your muscles, mind, and longevity. Welcome to this segment of our Muscle After 50 webinar. where we delve into the crucial aspect of your health that often takes a back seat in our lives, and that's sleep. Now, you might be thinking, I've made it this far without prioritizing sleep. Why should I start now? Well, my friend, let me take you on a journey from your daily grind to the realization poor sleep isn't just an inconvenience, it's a problem, and addressing it might be the key to unlocking a healthier, more vibrant you. Firstly, let's talk about muscle after 50. You're here because you want to build muscle and maintain muscle, right? Well, sleep is your silent partner in this journey. It's not just about pumping iron, it's about letting your body recover and rebuild. Imagine your muscles as construction workers. They need a good night's sleep to repair the wear and tear from the day's heavy lifting. Without adequate sleep, it's like asking your construction crew to work overtime without a break. They'll burn out, and so will your muscles. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: hormone levels. Hormones are the maestro orchestrating your body's chemistry, and they need their beauty sleep. Poor sleep can throw hormones out of tune, leading to disruptions in crucial hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. These hormones are superheroes in your muscle building saga, and you wouldn't want them napping on a job, would you? So, what problems would you be facing due to poor sleep? Picture this. Your energy levels are as reliable as a roller coaster. Your focus is playing hide and seek, and your mood is like a grumpy cat. Sound familiar? Now, these are just the immediate concerns. Let's fast forward a bit. Poor sleep can pave the way for more serious issues down the road: heart problems, diabetes, and a weakened immune system. It's like skipping an oil change on your car. It might run fine for a while, but eventually it's going to break down. Now, here's a fact that might keep you up at night. As we age, the Sandman becomes a bit stingy with his visits. You've probably noticed that you're not clocking the same hours of shut eye as you once did in your glory days. It's not a conspiracy, it's biology. There are changes in our sleep architecture, circadian rhythms, and of course, those midnight trips to the bathroom become more frequent. Blame it on an aging prostate. Understanding these changes is the first step towards overcoming them. You don't have to accept your sleepless fate. Let's defy it. Quality sleep is an investment like the stock market, and the long-term returns are incredible. As poor sleep isn't just a minor inconvenience, but a silent saboteur that can undermine your muscle building or fat loss efforts after 50 and jeopardize your long-term health, getting better sleep has become one of my major pillars of building muscle after 50. Why is muscle after 50 more important than fat loss? I've told you that I wasn't stopping here, so let's talk about why muscle after 50 becomes even more critical for fat loss. Yes, even if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, it's a game changer. In the pursuit of a healthy lifestyle, many individuals focus on shedding excess weight. What usually happens is that the restricted calories and the high amounts of cardio result in weight loss, but often it's a mixture of fat and muscle mass, which can leave you looking skinny fat. Skinny fat is a term used to describe a physique that appears slim or lean at first glance, but lacks muscle and carries a higher proportion of body fat. Individuals who are skinny fat may have a low body weight, yet they possess a higher percentage of body fat relative to their muscle mass. This condition often results from a lack of regular exercise. While externally appearing slender, those who are skinny fat may still face health risks associated with excess body fat, such as insulin resistance and cardiovascular issues. While fat loss is undoubtedly important, the significance of preserving and building muscle after the age of 50 cannot be overstated. Skeletal muscle, often overlooked, holds the key to a longer, healthier life. By recognizing muscle as the organ of longevity and understanding its multifaceted benefits, individuals can embrace a holistic approach to health, ensuring not just a leaner physique, but also a stronger, more vibrant and longer life. Did you know that muscle tissue burns calories even at rest? As we age, our metabolism tends to slow down, making it easier to gain weight. But by increasing muscle mass, the body's metabolic rate is boosted, aiding in fat loss more effectively than just dieting alone. The most important part of building metabolic health through exercise is building and maintaining muscle, because muscle is metabolically active throughout the day. So when you focus on building and maintaining muscle, it's going to be better for supporting your health than just trying to do cardio and burning the extra calories during the time you're exercising. Research shows that cardio is an unreliable tactic and non-effective tool for fat loss. Now, this statement may shock you because we've been taught that cardio is everything. This doesn't mean that cardio doesn't have benefits, because it sure does for lots of different systems in the body. But I don't want you to think that only by doing cardio are you going to lose fat and have long-term success. Think about it for a moment. We have more gyms than we ever had. And when you look inside those gyms, what are most people doing? That's right, they're doing cardio. But everyone still looks the same, and we have a worse obesity problem than we ever had. This is going to be a headspin because you get on the treadmill or the stepper and you sweat loads. So surely it must be helping you to lose weight. But why isn't it? There are two likely reasons. Number one, for most people after they do a lot of cardio, they get super hungry and they eat more, which counterbalances whatever little calories they may have burnt off during cardio. Also, if you're relying on the calories in and calories out model, it presents a problem because the body actually readjusts the amount of calories it burns outside of the cardio session to compensate for the calories burned inside the cardio session. When we look at the science around building muscle after 50, we see two unique benefits. Number one, muscle is going to be more metabolically active, and it's the tissue that we carry around all of the time. So we're going to be burning more calories throughout the day despite the activities we're doing. That's why it is a more effective way to exercise your way to sustainable weight loss. The other unique thing about muscle is that as we age, the more that we're able to maintain muscle, the better quality of life we'll have and the longer we're going to live. This has been shown in numerous studies, including heart disease studies. By focusing on the importance of building muscle, I was able to help one of my clients lose 100 pounds of fat and keep it off. I was approached by Anthony, a man determined to shed 100 pounds. From what he said, it was evident Anthony had some reservations about starting his fat loss journey. He was aware that his metabolism had slowed down, making it easier to gain weight. The more weight he put on, the more discouraged he became. A decline in testosterone levels affected his muscle mass and energy levels, which made it challenging to summon the motivation needed to start his fat loss journey. He was worried about his increased risk of joint problems and physical limitations. His current joint pain made the thought of exercise more challenging and definitely contributed to his sedentary lifestyle. His biggest issue was that he had developed long-standing habits and routines, including dietary patterns and lifestyle choices. Breaking these habits and adopting new, healthier behaviors scared him the most. Aware that we had a lot of ground to cover, this is exactly what I said to him. Okay, you want to get lean? Let's speed up your metabolism. How do we do that? He asks. We're going to build a little muscle. He almost dropped the phone when I told him the first part of the game plan for dropping 100 pounds. I told him I was going to add to his diet before taking anything away. To most, that might sound back to front because it's not following the laws of thermodynamics. But here was my reasoning. After looking at his diet, it was obvious he was lacking key nutrients and over-consuming the bad ones. So instead of me going from that point and restricting food from the off, similar to the cookie-cutter non-sustainable crap you see others doing, I went for the long-term sustainable approach. I'm going to break down what we did in 4 easy steps. So if you are in a similar position, you can get an idea of what's possible with hard work and some guidance. Step 1 is called the conscious stage. Right at the beginning of his journey, I got Anthony to loosely track important markers, such as his calories, protein, water, steps, and sleep, for 1 week, simply because you can't manage what you can't measure. I didn't want him to go full-blown detective on me. I just wanted a weekly average so I could make him super aware of his starting point, and so that we would have room to pivot. Step 2, the revamp stage. I added in essential foods and micronutrients his body needed to flourish. Here we focus on building muscle using my workout program. This worked great simply because my style of training didn't adversely affect his current joint pain. In fact, it went a long way to strengthening his joints, ligaments, and tendons. I told him that for the first few weeks, I wasn't interested in seeing the scale go down. In fact, I told him I didn't care if it went up a few pounds. The goal was to get stronger in the gym, increase his daily steps, and add in certain foods to initiate the building of muscle. Eating the extra food and building muscle in this stage help amp up his energy, speed up his metabolism, and improve his sleep quality, which is super important for metabolic health. We also use this period to deal with his hormone imbalance under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Number 3, when we were sure that everything was moving in the right direction, we shift gears to the serious fat loss phase by gradually lowering his calories, all while keeping his protein super high. By doing this, we were able to continue building muscle while losing fat without driving his metabolism into the ground. This guy dropped so much weight so quick, he was adding to his new wardrobe almost on a weekly basis. Step 4. Once we reached his goal weight, we played smart and held him in a reverse diet phase. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because as a society, we are so focused on what we have to lose that it's time to flip the conversation to what we have to gain by building a little muscle after 50. By focusing on the building of muscle, we were able to reverse this guy's insulin resistance, get him off his blood pressure meds, and relieve him of his daily aches and pains. Some men over 50 believe that more is better, so they hit the gym as many times as they can fit in 1 week. Usually, this is because they're trying to make up for lost time or they're feeling extra motivated and strong. I'm about to debunk the myth that more gym time equals more muscle. Now, don't get me wrong, a bit of exercise is essential as a morning cup of joe, but hitting the gym like it owes you money, it's not the wisest move, especially if you're north of 50. Here are 4 reasons why men over 50 shouldn't hit the weights more than a few times per week to build muscle and stay injury-free enough to enjoy the gains. Number 1, recovery time. Muscles need to repair and grow after a workout. Overworking them by going to the gym too frequently can lead to insufficient recovery. Adequate rest between sessions allow the muscles to heal and become stronger, fostering better muscle growth. Keeping gym sessions to a moderate frequency helps maintain a healthier hormonal balance conducive to muscle development. Number 2, risk of injury. Overtraining increases the risk of injury like sprains and strains. Muscles and joints need time to adapt to the stress of exercise. Too much, too soon, can lead to our overuse and injuries, setting back progress rather than promoting it. Number 3, quality over quantity. The focus should be on the quality of workouts rather than quantity. Shorter, intense, and well-structured sessions with adequate rest in between are more effective for building muscle in the long run, especially for muscle over 50. Pushing hard too often can compromise the quality of each session, impeding progress. And number 4, overall health. Exercise is just one component of a healthy lifestyle. Men over 50 should also consider factors like sleep, nutrition, and stress management. Balancing gym time with other self-care activities promote overall health, which is critical for sustained muscle growth and well-being. The training part of my coaching program is tailored to suit the older guy because of the painstaking precision to regulate the volume and frequency of exercise to prevent overtraining and injury. You see, at 50 plus, your body doesn't bounce back from traditional style workouts, high volume and frequency like you did in your 20s. Now, you might think the quick solution would be just to drop volume and call it good. But what usually ends up happening is that you drop volume but forget to adhere to the principles of muscle growth. So you end up going nowhere fast and not making any gains. What if you could build muscle after 50 by being in the gym for no more than 2 20-minute workouts per week? What if you could build muscle after 50 without worrying about injuries and current aches and pains? You may be surprised to know that since I turned 50, I only train 2 days per week for no longer than 20 minutes per workout session. It might not seem like much, especially if you've been used to hearing men talk about going 4 or 5 times per week. But if done correctly, these science-based workouts will not only build muscle, promote strength, longevity, and overall fitness, but they will help you to grow denser bones, stronger tendons and ligaments, help oxidize fat, and seriously boost your cardio function. It is a really simple and time-efficient way to train at home or in the gym. No more injuries or aches and pains, just focused results, driven training that fits your busy life. My tailored approach combines the power of precision nutrition, gut health optimization, restful sleep strategies, and hormone balance with a scientifically proven workout plan. Turbocharge your testosterone, ignite growth hormone receptors, and boost insulin sensitivity. Embrace a future where you're less susceptible to age-related issues. Reclaim your strength. Redefine your limits, because age is just a number and your best years are yet to come. The belief that you are destined to wither away after 50 is nothing more than an outdated and false belief. You may be feeling weaker, dealing with weight issues, and watching your youthful vigor fade away. These challenges don't have to be your future. They are problems we can solve. The time has come to embrace the age-defying secrets of muscle after 50. Now, if you like this webinar and it makes sense, and you want to see exactly what I do with my clients and how we could possibly work together, book a call now.